Welcome to a comprehensive features video for the Flat Earth Sun, Moon, and Zodiac Clock app. My name is Rose, and I'm here with David Weiss, creator of the app, and we want to make sure that we go through every single feature today so that you know exactly how to use the app as of summer of 2024. How's it going, David?
Going great, Rose. Looking forward to this. It's a long overdue. Everyone's asking for, how people don't know there's so many things on the app. So here we go.
Yeah, let's just start with right smack in the center of the app when you open it up and you close all of the pop-ups. Maybe we should mention the pop-ups, David. Do people have to deal with the pop-ups every single time, or do they have an option to opt out?
Yeah, so there's no ads on the app. When you download the app, it has a bunch of permissions, and people get all freaked out over the permissions. These are the minimum permissions that Apple and Google require. So you can feel free to read through, but it's less than a calculator app would ask for. And then there's some tips that come up. There's probably 10 pop-ups when you install the app. Just make sure you click, don't show again, but read them because they help you understand setup. And once it's set up, there are no pop-ups other than, things that we're featuring on the app. If there's a big event, that might, when you open up the app, it might, there might be a full screen pop-up about that, but only things that we're featuring, and there's no advertisements.
Okay, great. So once we're looking at the clock, what would you call this setting? Because there's multiple views that you could see it with the zodiac, with or without the hands of the clock. There's the luminary placement. So what options do we have for viewing the clock?
Right. This is when you open it up, this is just your basic view. It doesn't have any other options turned on. On the right-hand side are all the features, and depending on the size of your phone, you might have a different number of rows, but you can scroll down. A lot of people don't realize there's more buttons when you scroll down. So talking about some of the overlays, the little hands button gives you the time zones. If you click that, it shows you the time zones. I can turn on the time lapse, and you can see what time it is and how the sun, wherever the sun is, it's noon, and it shows you where the times are in other areas. Another overlay would be the compass, which I just turned on. And there's two types of compasses. We'll show you that when we get into settings, but this is the basic one. And you are always here. So you can kind of use it to head north. Like if I wanted to head north, I'd be going that way.
And you can always see what phase the moon is in, no matter what setting you're in. And do you want to answer the common question, why is my clock broken? Where is the moon?
I just got that. Let's look. About 3 days ago, I got a whole bunch of emails. Where's the moon? Where's the moon? When there's no moon in your real sky, there's no moon on the clock. But the moon is actually always there. I just make it very translucent because we don't know what the moon is, if it's in front of the sun, behind the sun. But if you can't see the moon, turn on the time lapse, on the fast time lapse, and then you'll be able to see, it'll be easier to see the moon underneath the sun. So the moon is always there. It's just in different phases and positions.
Okay, let's move over to the upper left-hand corner, and we see a small clock icon, the clock, the day, the time. Is there anything to click on there or any little Easter eggs we need to know?
So that's a little secret button. If you click that, the little clock hands, the hands on the clock disappear. These are for people that's like, I don't want the hands on the clock there. I just want to know where noon is. And so wherever the sun is, it's noon. I got the time lapse on, and it's a one way to look at the clock and understand that you can tell the time. Like right now, the time is just after 1 o'clock where I am. I'm right here. You're always in between the center and the bottom, and the sun is just a little past. So it's 1 o'clock. But I could also cheat and look right here.
Awesome. So now what's the difference between these two buttons? Because one's an envelope, one's a little bubble. They both look like messages. So how are they different?
So this one right here is if I'm sending a message out to all the app users, let's say there's a critical update, or we're going to have some server downtime, or something that needs to go out to everybody. If you see a number there, that means there's a message from me and nobody else. You can't reply to it. You can't do anything. It's just a message. You can view it, clear it, and then it'll go away. But usually if you see something there that's usually an important message, maybe a critical update, or we're aware of a problem. If you have a problem with the app, and before sending me the problem, because we might be aware of it, because a lot of people send, check there to make sure that it hasn't been noted and that we're on top of it.
So it's a message from the creator.
Yeah, it's a message from the easy, Rose, easy. All right, and then here, this is our chat area. So it's a shortcut to get to the chat rather than going into the friend finder. So let's take a look. If I click it, it just brings you into all of your chats. So these are the chats that I'm in. These are all the messages I have on the right that I haven't read yet. And this is the chat area. It's a lot like Telegram. You can do a lot of the same things in there. If down on the bottom, like if I wanted to find a new group, I can click the groups and I could search. There's a Boise, Idaho group. So I'll type in BOI. There we go. There's a Boise, Idaho Flat Earth meetups. And then I could click that and join that group if I wanted to.
That's so awesome. Now, as long as we're here, let's show everyone the other way to get to this page from the main menu.
I will show you that in 1 second. Let's just go in here. If I go into a chat, basically it's just like a regular chat, and I could see who's sending messages. But if you long press on somebody's message, you can say view their profile. You can reply to them directly. You can send them a private message. You can forward their message. You can do all the things that you would that you'd want to do. So that's it's a great way to communicate. And up on the top here, over here, we have some other buttons. You got a video camera. You have a phone, so you can actually do a voice call with a group, with a individual, and you can do a video call with one person or multiple people. We had almost like 90 people on a call one day.
That is so fun. Yeah, we got to get the word out about using this platform to get people to connect. All right, what's next? Is there something else you want to show me from this page, or do you want to show people how else to get here?
Well, we'll come to that in a moment. So let me go back to the app, and here we are. So that's just a shortcut. It's there. That way you don't have to go into the friend finder and see if you have messages. They're always right there, so you could respond appropriately. Let's go on from there.
So now let's move to the countdown timer. What can you do here?
So this is just a little countdown timer to an important date. Let's say you have a vacation, a birthday, whatever you want. So I'll click it. There's two ways to get there. You can go into settings here, and I'm going to say, you know what? I'm going to the UK on the 24th. So I'm going to put sounds beautiful. Sounds beautiful. Sounds beautiful. I'm going to a festival in the UK I'm leaving here on the 24th. So I can put the date and pick the 24th. And we'll just say that's good. And I'll say set. And now I have my countdown timer. And the fun thing about this is when you set your countdown timer, when it goes off, it lets you know how much NASA spent of your money since the time you set it and the time that it went off.
That's hysterical. That is so funny. Okay, below that, we have the featured video of the day. So let's cover the featured video, and then let's not forget the small YouTube icon next to it.
Absolutely. So every day there's a featured video. If you click it, it brings you to today's video. I have a pause, which is good. And when you're done watching that, if you send somebody a video like, hey, teach me about circumnavigation on the flat earth or whatever, you send them a video, YouTube's going to recommend some crappy anti-flat earth video right after that. But in the app, every video that comes after it are videos that I've selected that'll play after them. So you can easily share that, just like you would share anything, just hit the share button, which is right there, and share it with anybody. When you watch a good video, share it with your friends that need to see it.
Beautiful. And then what happens when you click the little icon next to it?
Right. Whoops. Let me get rid of that. So this is the archive button. The archive button basically gives you all of the videos that were prior to this. So it's the archive of all of them. Let it load for a second. So this is the current month that we're in, which is now June. So here is yesterday's video and all the ones back to the beginning of June. And on the top here, you have your little, I call it the hamburger, and you can basically pick anything. I'll say, all right, 2024. I want to go back to March, and there's all the videos from March. And this is a great archive of all the featured videos.
Excellent. And this is the best way to find information. There's literally nowhere else on the internet that the algorithms or search engines will allow you to find all this information organized in the same place.
Absolutely.
All right, moving over to the upper right-hand corner, we have the weather. So what happens when you click on the weather icon?
So when you click on the weather icon, right now it brings you to windy.com. It's a great weather app. We can change it. We switch it up when we find other interesting apps. So, weather places that we can direct you to. So it might not always stay there, but it's a great weather app. The default on your phone when you download the app is Celsius. So anybody that wants to change that, you have to go to the settings gear wheel, and then you scroll down to all of the widget switches. And right here, you can say, right now it's to the right, so it's Celsius. I'll just move it to the left, and it changes it to Fahrenheit. And while we're here, I like turning the sound off. Those are just the click noises, from navigating the app, because if you're listening to a podcast, like many of us researchers do, or something while we're using the app, the click noise will turn off your audio. So turn off the click noises if you don't want your audio silenced while you're using the app.
That's such a good tip. Okay, I see is that sunrise and sunset times right there?
Yep, the top one is showing the sunrise. So that's my sunrise is at 5:21 a.m. and sunset is at 8:24 p.m. And then it gives you the moon phase and the percentage of the moon that it is.
Okay, and can anything in that area be clicked, or is that just
information? Nope, that's all the weather. That's all that just brings you to the weather app.
Okay, great. So now we're down to all of these buttons here, and this is so exciting. The first button at the top is a brand new feature to be so excited about, which is the Meetup button. Tell us about the Meetup feature.
Yeah, so the Meetup is a great way for people to advertise their meetups. Let me click it, and it brings you right here to the Meetup Maker. So you can sort by date. So I'm going to click sort by date. And I'm just going to change it from now to August. So I change it to August, hit search, and there's 17 meetups between now and August. And it takes a moment for it to load. So here's the first one. And all the information. This one doesn't have a whole lot of information. This is another one. And I encourage people I'll show you how to make your meetup. Put lots of information. Put tons of information in there. But if I go forward here, let's go forward. Oh, here's a new user to the app. That kind of pauses everything for a second. This is one I'm having on the 22nd. Eddie Bravo and Sam Tripoli are coming to Connecticut, and we're having a meetup prior. Eddie and Sam will come join the meetup. So everyone who wants to meet them, see a show, meet some flat earthers, come. And all the information's here. If you want to see the show, I recommend that you buy tickets. The information's there. But what I just added, and you have to update your app. You probably don't have it, Rose, is add to calendar and a map. So if you click the map, it'll bring you to Google Maps and give you direction. If you click to add to calendars, I could say I want to add it to my iCal, and it's going to say done. And there it is. I've added it to my iCal. I've added it a couple times in testing, so it's all there.
That is so convenient. Okay, I want to do an experiment where everyone schedules a meetup in their area, and we see if any of them have like 200 people that RSVP, and then you have to show up to everyone that has 200 people showing up.
That's not going to happen. Maybe.
You don't think that there could be a 200 person meetup?
Oh, no, the 200 will happen, but I'm not going to show up to every one of them.
Oh, because I figured that would be so exciting if it was that many people.
You know what? It would be. If 200 people show up to a meetup, maybe I will come for sure. All right. Okay. We can always work that out. So different ways to search. Search by location. I could just say USA, UK. I could search Connecticut. As it gets bigger and there's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and maybe thousands of meetups happening, you might want to narrow down your search. You can search all meetups within 500 miles. The most important one here, list your own meetup. Let's click that. And basically it's simple. You put your start date, end date, times, the name, the location, address, add a photo. You have to add a photo. Contact information, select your background, hit preview, and then hit save, and you're listed. And the beautiful thing is, every time I have a meetup, Rose, days and weeks later, people are like, oh, wow, man, I wish I had known. I was right around the corner. I was close. I would have come. Alert me of the local meetups. So I have mine set to alert me for any meetups within 1,000 miles. That's pretty big. That's a big range. But I'm going to probably limit that down to 500 miles because there's more and more and more of them. But you'll get an email with a link that brings you right to a web page that has the full meetup on there. You can add it to your calendar. You can share it with other people. It's a super easy way to find out about meetups, not miss any meetups, create your own meetups.
That is so awesome. So people, schedule meetups, meet each other, join each other, and then also take footage of your meetups, and then we can put all the footage together of the meetups and make it a featured video.
There you go. That'll be amazing. Amazing.
All right. And now we have another exciting button, but you looked like you were about to say something.
No, that's it. That's it.
Okay. The big, beautiful red heart button in the middle of the top row. This is so exciting. What is this button?
This is the matchmaker. When you first turn it on, it'll be off and there'll be no information there. So you turn it on. Now, I'm not in the dating site because I'm married. So I set my age to 2024. So I'm 1 year old. So I won't show up in anyone's search. This is just for testing purposes. So I say, all right, I'm a male. I'm interested in a female. And I'm interested in, let's just say all age groups right now, because I want to see the whole universe of people out there, right? And this is a matchmaker. It's not necessarily for a romantic partner. It's for, hey, I want to find some other single guys out there to go out and find some single women, you know? So it's a matchmaker for single people. So people looking to make new friends. So I'll click search, and it comes right now. There's 68 people. Oh, I forgot. I have it set for 5,000 miles. So my radius, that goes all the way to the UK. But let's just shorten it up. We're going to go 500 miles. That's more of a reasonable relationship. So I'll hit search, and there's 12 right now. So it just started. It takes a moment to load. There's going to be a message here that tells you this might take a moment. But here comes profile. You can see who they're friends with. There are some pictures. This woman has a lot of info on her wall that she's sharing, which is nice. This person hasn't even put a picture in yet. Here's a woman. Looks like she has a son. Her info's here. And you just go through, and I encourage you, fill out your profile like you're paying $49 for Match.com every month. This is free. There's no charge. You just have to have your $11 a year subscription. So
I completely agree. Everybody who's single should make a profile, because you never know what could happen. Even if you're not even in a rush to find someone romantically, you never know what kind of business opportunities could arise from networking in general.
Right. And the other thing is, make your profile. Everyone, like, there's people like, we went on one date and it wasn't great, but we're great friends right now. So you're in the friend zone. But big deal. Every person on here, you have more in common with them, and you're more likely to have a significant relationship, lifelong friendship, whatever it is. So this is just a great way to meet people. And as I said before, you can click the messaging. Start off by messaging. Hey, it's getting more interesting. Jump on a video call. Get to know the person, right? And here's another thing. Right here, this is their referral status. This person has 0 referrals, right? This person has 1 referral, right? The higher your referral status, the more attractive you are. Just so you know that.
A big pro tip. Thank you, David Weiss.
All right, if you're looking, hey, this girl here, she's got 7. She's a serious flat earther. You know, if you're looking for a serious flat earther, she's got 7 referrals. So I don't know. Here's another one that has 4. So I that's kind of a factor if I was a single guy looking for a girl.
Yes, demonstrate your dedication.
Yeah. Look, a beautiful picture of her. This is a woman that's very interested in meeting people, and she's got some images and start a conversation. It's a beautiful thing. You know, worst case scenario, you end up being good friends. That's the worst case scenario. You have a new friend.
Right.
So there you go. That's the matchmaker, and there's no monthly fees or anything. By the way, the app's $3 for those of you that, most of you know that are watching this because you're looking for instructions. But there's an $11 a year subscription, and that includes everything that's on the app now and everything that's coming in the future. Right? We have some big new modules coming in the future. You never have to pay more for anything.
All right, let's get to the next feature. What's going on here? Here we go. All right, so next to the new matchmaker, we have the search function. How does the search function work, and what can you search for?
So we're searching for flat earth videos, and these are all of the featured videos will be in here, or at least most of them. I'm adding, any new ones that are going on will be in here, and any other relevant videos, even stuff that hasn't been on the app, that are high quality videos, they're on here. So, people are like, hey, Dave, where's your interview with InfoWars? I'd have to go look for it, but you can just type in InfoWars, let's see, and any videos, real videos, you have to hit the little search icon. Here are the videos on InfoWars, and you can see that the one that has just a question mark, that's one that YouTube removed. So there is a direct link to that. Where is that direct link? There will be a direct link. That one must have just gotten removed. So they'll link you to any videos. Now, if it's removed by YouTube, it'll just bring you to my blockchain server that they can't delete from. So everything is there. So if you're looking for a video, you're looking for a video on boats over the horizon, just say boats. Let's just say boats. And here's a whole bunch of video on boats over the horizon.
Awesome. What happens if you search for Black Swan?
Oh, let's see. I don't know. I haven't tried it. Black Swan. Black Swan. I bet you a Black Swan video comes up. There you go. There's a couple on the Black Swan.
And you even have a Canadian option.
There's a Canadian Black Swan, right?
All right, so let's go back to is there anything else we should know about the search function?
The search function, there's more and more videos coming. If you have a video, if you found a great flat earth video that doesn't show up in the search, shoot me an email and tell me the name of the video, give me a little synopsis. And if it's a great video, we're going to just keep adding more and more and more. I'm going to have somebody probably managing that full time. So every great flat earth videos, whether I like the person or not, if it's a good flat earth video, it goes on the search feature because that's what we want. YouTube has screwed us with their algorithm, and we're going to just make our own.
That's very fair and balanced of you, Dave. Okay, so we went through the meetup maker and the matchmaker, but now we come to the beloved map that shows all of the people. Also, it was called the Friend Finder, but right. Now that we have the matchmaker, is it still called the Friend Finder? Is it just the map?
It's a map. It's the Friend Finder because basically every blue dot on here is a potential great friend, right? You have more in common with every blue dot. It's got to load. I resized it. Every blue dot, you have more in common with them than any other site will put you in with. And anyone that has a little head icon in there, that means they filled out a profile. They have a profile. If they're light blue or orange, they haven't filled out a profile, but see, this orange guy has a profile. So that way you could, a lot of people's like, hey, I'm clicking on looking for people's profiles. That's another way to search. If you want to like zoom in and search people near you, it's a way to, to see. If I click on that, I can message the person, I can look at their profile, and start a conversation. It's a great way to find people near you.
Okay, well, I want you to stay on that because there's a lot
Yep.
of buttons to change. Before we talk about the buttons, can you just show people the map more, like zoom out as much as you can and just move it around the map and also skip to another country, which is
Right.
in the lower left-hand corner?
Right. So you can only zoom out so far. That circle is all that's going to populate because it's a lot of data. So if I go out any farther, it's too much data to load, especially for slow phones. So this button right here, this has the number of people that are registered on the Friend Finder, which right now at this time recording is 187,000 and change. If you click it, this brings you to a non-interactive map where you can look at the whole world and zoom in and out without having any loading time because it's not loading their data. You're not allowed. You can't click on the dots here. So this is a way to look at the whole world and see what's going on. Look, a lot of people in the UK. And then if I back out of there, it's hit the little back arrow, and I can click the flag here. I'm going to give me a country. What do you want?
The Netherlands.
So Netherlands, there's the Netherlands, and it'll bring me to the Netherlands, and there's a lot of people there. Look at that. Ooh, there's a big boy in the Netherlands. Let's see who that is. That would be Steve Flatten Level. Is that Steve Flatten Level? He's got that.
Well, that wouldn't be the Netherlands because that's on the other side, so that's in the UK.
Oh, all right. Well, he's over there. That's a real flat Earth there. That one has over 500 referrals.
Shout out to the 500 referrals.
Yeah. So that's a way to look around and see what's going on. People ask me all the time, are there people in the Netherlands? Heck yeah. There's a lot of people. All right. I'm going back. Sorry.
I've noticed that. Okay, so let's go up to the button in the upper left-hand corner that has a moon and a phone and all these little icons on it.
Yeah. So that button is say, do not disturb. Don't send me push notifications. If you don't want to be interrupted, you could say, put me in do not disturb. Right, there we go. Turn this button on. Oh, by the way, long pressing a button will bring up a pop-up like this. So if you're unsure what something does, it will tell you what it does. But right now, this is a test version of the app, and of course, I have to fix that bug. So we'll move on from there.
Okay, so now you have the little shrimp icon, which shows how many referrals someone has or how long they've been there.
So this is your referral button. It will be different for everybody depending on how many referrals you have. I have over 100, so I'm a shark. If I click it, it brings me to the referral page. The first time you come here, you'll have a random number, which will be your referral code. Click the pencil, and you can fill up anything from 1 character to 7 characters, numbers and letters, for your referral code. So maybe you would be, what is yours, Rose? Is it Rose?
I don't think I've designated a specific one yet, so I need to do that.
Maybe you should do Rose 777.
I think I will, because that's
right.
7 characters.
There you go, Rose 777. It doesn't have to be 7. It could be 1. I bet nobody's picked K so far.
Yeah, that would be a good one, and it's easy to remember.
If your name's K. So there you go. There, I have 100. It shows me my referrals on my profile, on my meetups. It's going to show this this icon to show you that I'm not kidding. This is a new feature. It's we're going to start. We've created a new crypto called Dome, and you put your MetaMask in here, and you get free Dome coins. If you want to learn more about Dome, you can click this icon right here. Let me click it, and it'll bring you to our website, domeshot.io. And this is a great token. It's a meme token with utility. Now, a lot of people are like, I don't like crypto. Okay, that's fine. I'm not asking anyone to buy anything. So check it out. It's actually going to have utility. It's going to have value, and you'll be able to purchase things, get discounts on things. Like I might hold a big conference one day, a meetup somewhere, and if you have Dome coins, you get a discount, you get a free ticket or whatever. So it's all there. All the information is about it. I encourage you to read it and make your decision whether that's something you want to do.
That is so cool. So you created your own currency, your own flat earth currency to go with the app.
As I always say, if we play on their ball field and play with their fake money, that's how they control us. So we are no longer on their spinning globe. And if we can get away from their currency, we have total freedom.
Amazing. So just to clarify, people get free tokens if they want, but they can also buy if they want.
Absolutely. So you can buy if you want, but for every referral, you get 1,000. I think it's going to be 1,000 for the first year of Dome tokens, and then we have a flattening, which every year that number will go down. Excuse me. Just like the Bitcoin has a halving, that we're going to have a flattening, and the worst case scenario, it'll teach you how to maneuver crypto on the Ethereum blockchain. This is done on the Pulse chain, which is a fork of Ethereum. But there's information there to learn how to do it, or just Google it on YouTube and say, how do I set up a MetaMask? Put it in there. You have nothing to lose, only things to gain. And anyone that doesn't fill this out by the time we do our airdrop later this summer, they lose any referrals that they have, and all of those tokens will get distributed over everyone else that has a MetaMask address.
So you better designate your address so you can join in on the fun and the wealth.
Yeah, well, we'll see. It has more utility than Dogecoin, and Dogecoin made thousands of multimillionaires. I'm not making any claims about this. I'm just saying this is something that could be very interesting. Yeah, it's kind of exciting.
It's an option anyone can take advantage of. Okay, What were you going to say?
It's going to go across these icons on the bottom. These are, this is if you want to share your code, so you can copy your code if you don't remember it, but it's easy. That was more for when you had a random number. You can share your code. If you want to share it with somebody, just click that, and I could text it to anybody, and it'll give them a link to the app, and it'll have your code on it. So if I click that, let's just give it a try. And I say, I want to send a message, and there's the app link, and it'll have my code when I send it.
Awesome. Okay. And what about the leaderboard? Let's take a look at it.
Yeah. So the little cup icon is the leaderboard. So let's click that. Come on. There we go. And these are the top people. There's the guy we saw in the UK. Steve Flatten Level, and we have all these other people, and so these are the top 100 people on the leaderboard. And by the way, if I go to the bottom of the leaderboard, you can get on with just 5 or 6 will get you on the leaderboard. We might even have an extra little airdrop for anybody that's on the leaderboard at the time of that airdrop later this summer, and it's kind of fun to see what's going on there.
Very fun.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move along on the map. There's the trophy icon. Is that the same as the leaderboard?
Yep, that's just a shortcut to the leaderboard if you want to go right there.
Okay, let's toggle between normal, airplane, and what is that, terrain? Is that the word you chose?
So
okay.
Normal is just your normal map. Airplane is one I like. I kind of like the darker. And then this is a terrain map, which has roads and everything on it if you zoom in.
Okay, great. And then now let's look at the settings. What settings can you access from that page?
So the first time you come in, you'll be brought into your control panel, and you put in your name. Mine is DITRH. You have to have a unique name. And then you could set this is for if you want to send out a broadcast message. So if I set mine to 50 kilometers and I hit save, if we watch over here, this will populate, and there's 337 people within 50 kilometers.
That is amazing. So everyone needs to remember that when you want to send a message to a group of people across a radius, you have to go into the settings tab and then select the amount of radius. And so that would be so great if someone was like, hey, I'm looking for 5 people to show up to the French Quarter who play the tuba. That would be a great location, regional question to send across to everyone.
Sure. It's more for announcing meetups. If you're having a meetup, I'm going to show you in a moment in the profile section where if you're looking for somebody to play an instrument, you'll be able to search them in your immediate area or anywhere, actually. So If I click this button right here and I want to send a message out, it's going to bring it up. I have 500 characters I can type in there, and I can send it out to 337 people. And then you're going to have 337 threads in your list of chats. So just be prepared for that. They're all going to be there. So I recommend you clear out all of your unread stuff because it'll be at the bottom of 337 threads.
Okay, so that's a really great point. Now that we have the Matchmaker app, if you're looking for tuba players, it would be better to use the Matchmaker to find people who might play the tuba. But for this broadcast message, it would be better for, hey, I'm doing a crawfish boil. Come down to the park, anybody who's interested for some crawfish.
Right, that's for like an immediate thing that's coming up. And also, feel free to use it for things that you deem other people would find interesting, but beware, if you start sending unwanted stuff, people are going to block you, and then the system will literally kick you out if you're blocked by a certain number of people. So if you start sending nonsense and no one's interested, they're just going to block that person because I don't want to get these messages anymore, and then you get kicked out of the system and you lose your privileges on sending messages.
Okay, so check your social awareness, people. It's very serious.
All right, so let's go up here. So we were there. Those are the only things in there. And to send it to 100 kilometers, you have to have 20 referrals for that to be unlocked.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so that's for series. If you have 20 referrals, you're probably doing really good, interesting stuff. So that's why I allow that. Going over here, this one, if you click this, it's going to ask you, do you want to reveal your exact location? Because by default, you're on what I call, it's a 5-mile random selection of where you are. So it'll randomly put you within 5 miles of your actual location, and it will center you to exactly where you are as best as your phone can do.
So you can choose between a randomized approximation or your exact location. It's going to ask you when you click on that first button, and then you can toggle between the two in the upper right-hand corner and the one below it.
This is exact location, and this is approximate radius location. And right now, the red circle is around there, so I'm on approximate, and it has me in a random location. Also, the app, by design, doesn't constantly update your location, right? I am not here. I'm over here, right? I'm over here. This is where I was yesterday, and the app won't update until you force it. And the way it will after a day or two, or if I quit the app and come back in, it will update me to my 5-mile random location. But I do this by design because people are concerned about being tracked. But if you're concerned about being tracked, you need to get rid of your phone because you're being tracked. And my app actually confuses the algorithm because it's randomizing your location. But if you just double tap the target icon, that'll update where you are right away. But it'll also warn you that you're about to go to exact location. So there's no making a mistake.
Got it. Okay, what about the button under that looks like the door?
Right, the door, if you click that, it's going to ask you if you want to log out of the app. And then you're completely logged out, and you're off the friend finder. So for other people that are like, well, I don't want anyone knowing anywhere that I'm even on here, just turn it off.
Perfect. Okay, and what about the little icon below that looks like a person?
Yeah, this is your profile. So let's go there. And this is where, for the meetup maker or the matchmaker, if someone taps on your dot, this is what they're going to find if they check out your profile. So it shows your friends, it shows some posts. Other people are posting on my wall here, and you could allow people to post on your wall, or you could say, don't allow people to post on my wall. And so this is your profile, but very important in the profile, you have search for friends by keyword or search for friends by name. So I can search for, I'm looking for somebody that's in the solar business in Florida because I want solar on my house and I want it to be a flat earther. So I can put solar power. And right now I'm down. This is actually a friend of mine, Anthony. I click on it. It'll bring me to his profile. because in his profile, he put down keywords for people to search. So if you're a tuba player in the French Quarter, you can put that in your searchable terms. I'll show you how to do that in 2 seconds. Any comments, Rose?
No, that's great. I want to see how you could designate the keywords and how you could also toggle on and off for someone to post on your wall.
Yeah, so hit the edit button up here. And this is your edit profile. So I can edit my picture. I can edit my background picture. I got my name in here. Some people use their full name. Some people use their first name. Some people use a nickname. It's anything up to you. Right here is the matchmaker. You could also turn it on from here or turn it off from here. And it has all my information. This is just another shortcut to the matchmaker if you're in your settings and you want it on or off. It just shows you that it's on or off. Here's all the settings I had before. Scrolling down, email, my information, and then search terms for your profile. This is where you want to put in everything that you're interested in, everything that you want people to search. Put your name in there. Put, it's already going to be searching your name, but double down. Put your name, put your state, put your location, whatever you want people to be able to search for. And like real estate, Florida, and you're going to find anybody that wrote real estate in Florida in their search term area. Make sense?
Yeah. Do you need to use a comma in between search terms, or you just throw in a bunch of words?
You can just throw in a bunch of words, but a comma wouldn't be a bad idea. I didn't use a comma, and any of these terms you can search and you'll find me.
Perfect.
And you could pop in all of your social media stuff in there, and then that's it. And then also I'm gonna go out and I can post stuff on my wall. I can make my own posts. As you see, I put in some photos, some information. Here is all sorts of stuff.
And I think I missed where you can allow people to post on your wall or not.
My bad. Let's go back to edit. And right on the top here, it says allow people to post on your wall. Mine's turned on. That little switch right there.
Beautiful. All right, let's go back. Should we go back to the main menu, or is there something else to discuss on the friend finder page?
So just another, this is to bring you to the chat page, which is also on the homepage. Just another icon to go into chat. I have 25 unread messages.
All right. So there's basically 3 places that you can access the messages: from the friend finder, from the main page over here on the below the clock, and then isn't there one
in the matchmaker? Right. There's icons there. So when you're looking at people's profiles, if you're in someone's profile, there'll be a link to make a text with them.
Okay, yeah. So you can access the profiles through the matchmaker or the friend finder.
Yes.
All right, let's move on to the star symbol.
Well, no, this is just another access to get direct to your profile, so you don't have to go into the friend finder. We skipped that one, right?
Oh, good. I'm sorry. That's really handy. So your main profile is right there under the heart and next to the shaking hands. The shaking hands is the friend finder. Correct.
And so then we have the star button, which this is featured content providers that have been putting out outstanding work. So if you're ever looking for channels, looking for content, check these guys out, subscribe to them. They're worth a mention. So like if I click on the top right one, it's Robot Polisher. You're familiar with Robot Polisher, right?
No, I've never heard of Robot Polisher.
Oh, Rose, he puts out such great videos. He montages everything. It's one of my favorite channels. Check him out. There's all sorts of guys in there, and I'd say every one of them is worth a follow. And they're on different platforms, and not all on YouTube. So click on their icon and see what's going on with them.
Now, while we're on this page, I want to point out that there are some toggle switches in the upper right-hand corner, and it looks as if you can swipe over to the left. So what happens when you swipe over? What are we looking at?
There's a certain number of icons that are on pages. And if I swipe, I can go from all of these different pages when we're going to review all these. So these are just a shortcut to be able to to go. And when you see the down arrow, that means that there's more below. These are endless columns that I can keep adding more and more stuff to.
Great. Okay, so when we click the X, we're going to go back to the menu, and then there are multiple buttons on that menu that take you to those multiple pages. So instead of having to click the back button to go back to this main page, you could toggle.
100%.
Okay, so now I love this feature. This is a very underrated feature, and it's the searchable photo feature. So if you want to, in a pinch, bring up the lunar lander, this is the way to go. You open up your flat earth map or any kind of flat earth meme that you want. This is like a repository of fantastic images.
Yeah, we're adding more and more, and people send me images all the time. Again, I'm going to be adding tons more, but if you just type in LEM, which is the lunar lander, here are great pictures of the LEM. And if you go, you can click on one and I could share it by using the share icon. Or I say, you know what? Someone's asking me, they believe in the moon landing. I can type in LEM. I can click select images. I could say I want to send this one, this one, this one, and this one. So I checked off 4 or 5. And then I say, click the share button, which is right there, and share them any way I want. How's that?
Can we search right now for the word curvature?
Let's see what I have under curvature. And again, sometimes if there's like an image and it doesn't come up under a word that you think should be there, let me know. We'll add it to it. CURV. Let's just start with that. Curve. There's a whole bunch of curvature ones.
Okay.
A lot of people send me images every day within a second. You know, once I see them, I'm like, hey, that's a great image. I add it. I add the keywords. It's searchable, and it's on everyone's device instantaneously.
That's so convenient and organized. So what is the icon with the question mark for?
Yeah, so this is the frequently asked questions page. And that's where, you know, most of the questions people ask me, rather than me go look up the video and take the time, I just say, just check the frequently asked questions page. You know, what about gravity? So if I tap gravity, it'll open up a list of, here, let's try it. I'll type gravity, and here's a whole bunch of videos on gravity that Google's hiding from you.
What about a list of videos about why would they lie?
Okay. The why we lie is right there. And if I click it, here's the why would we lie list. And these are great videos. These are fantastic videos when your friend, why would they lie? We all say, why would we lie? And these videos, you won't easily find them on YouTube.
Perfect. Okay, and once it brings up these things, you could always toggle back and forth to other videos. You can see that you could toggle to the right. So let's go back to the main page and see what icons we have left. What is the icon with the shopping cart? Would that be things for sale, advertisements?
So these are things for sale, and they're not, some of them are mine and some of them are other people's. If you have a great flat earth product that you can get out to people that's at a great price or reasonable price, I'll put it on here for now. And you know, people are always looking for flat earth merchandise, and this is a great place to have it. I just recently added a shop. I found a guy that owns a laser cutting metal shop and is making these compasses. They're phenomenal, great price. They're anywhere from 12 inches to 36 inches. And it's called icewall.shop if you want to just go straight there and not even go through the app. Super fun, though.
That looks really awesome. I'm definitely going to check that out. Anything else you want to mention on this page? Because it looks like there's a lot of cool stuff.
There's so many. Matt, my co-host, Matt came out with the Flat Smacker pickleball racket. And I will let you know that we just had our first match the other day, the Flatties against the Trumpers, and the Flatties won.
Congratulations.
Yeah. So lots of good stuff here, and hopefully we'll add more and more and more. So you have a great place to, you know, when you have to buy a gift or something for yourself, that's where you go.
Excellent. Okay, and below the pictures icon, is that the Zodiac?
So if I long press that, this is the more resources page. It has lots of stuff on it, which will eventually be broken up into multiple categories, but This is just all stuff from my interviews are here. Backup. This is my Web3 server for anything that's deleted from YouTube. So if there's a video that gets deleted, you can find it on that link. Debunking the debunkers, all sorts of stuff in here. Biblical flat Earth, amazing. Lost history of lost history, Tataria, old world information. There's lots of stuff in here. The Earth curve calculators right here. So if you need to quickly calculate, you can just click that and it'll bring you, you put in your eye height and the target distance and it'll tell you the amount of curve with their math, not ours. Flat Earth Podcast, another great link. All sorts of stuff. Taboo Experiments. This is a great channel. Mostly taboo conspiracies, well-documented experiments proving there is no curvature.
The sun fade out is one of my favorites.
Yeah, that's a good one.
All right, moving on from the spider web, we have the book icon.
This is the books section, and it'll open you up to default by all, but we have categories now. So if I click kids, here are kids books, and I'm encouraging people to make more kids books. Zach from Glowbusters has just started this series. He's got 4 books out already, and it's called the Y series. Amazing. So anybody that has a good flat Earth book can put it on the app here and sell them. It's a great resource to find all sorts of books. More land, novels, basically, featured and biblical. And so it's all organized that way.
Beautiful. What an incredible resource. Okay, next, moving along, it looks like a house icon. It looks like maybe a little schoolhouse.
Yes, this is the homeschool section where I try to have more organized lessons. Right here, we got Austin Whitsitt, Schooling Globers. We got, of course, Crow 777 Radio, which I call Crow College, the most affordable college in the world. And other teaching tools. I got Conspiracy Music Guru stuff in here for kids. He's got books that go along with that. All sorts of stuff, and we're adding more and more to this all the time. We got Marty's Gnostic Church every Sunday. More information here on this page than any college will ever teach anybody.
Awesome. That is so cool. All right, let's go on to the next icon, the flag.
The flag is for playlists in other languages. So if you're looking for if you live in Nepal, we'll just click that, and up will come a playlist in your language. So we're trying to add more and more. We have people in each of those countries managing these lists, adding new videos to them all the time. So it's a way to help the app be more multicultural.
That's so exciting. So how many countries do we have already? 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 12, 16,
15,
19.
Yes. 6, 12, 13, 14, 15.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. And anybody that has a playlist in a language that's not on here, reach out.
Okay, moving on, we have the clock, the Earth clock icon.
Right, that is the time zones. It shows you the time zone. So right now, it's about 2:00 in the afternoon for me. Right here, 2:00 in the afternoon. But I know that in Australia, it's 4:00 in the morning in Sydney.
You know, this is a really handy tool, I would say, for any of those insane people that live stream for 12 hours with people all around the world, so that when they're thinking of starting a live stream, they can look at the map and they can find out if, that one certain weirdo is probably sleeping or not.
It's midnight. It's midnight right here in the Midwest. Not midnight. It's noon in the Midwest, and it's midnight over here in India right now.
Right. So, in other words, if you were going to set up a live stream and you had a friend in Australia that you wanted to cater to, you can hit up the map and be like, okay, what is it nighttime in Australia right now?
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. And then after that, there's that, what is that icon with the two triangles? One's black and one's white next to the.
That is the compass. So this is our flat Earth compass. But if I go into the settings and I scroll down to the compasses, I have a personal view compass. So if I click that, this is your standard compass. So you can line that up with north and go. But that's a globe compass. But if you're stuck in the woods, you can use that to figure out which way you're walking. But I like the other compass better. This is the flat Earth compass.
But are they both functional if you're
Yeah,
lost?
they're actually both functional. The flat Earth compass works the same. Just you're standing here and north is that way. So as I turn, it's going to let me know, I'm turning the phone, where north is.
I feel like it's good for someone's brain to be able to conceptualize it both ways. So everyone
Sure.
should practice using their compass both ways and expand your mind.
And the truth is, when you look at it this way, this is the only way that makes sense.
That's
Yep.
right.
It's the only way that makes sense. So
Because if you're using a compass, what happens if you keep going south forever?
if you keep going in any straight line, you end up south.
All right, let's move on to the next icon. What comes after the compass below the flag?
That's the zodiac. So if you want your zodiac stars on there, it shows you where the stars are and how they move with the sun. The stars go a little faster than the sun, so the sun will drift back into each zodiac for about a month, and after 365 times around, it resets to where it is right now.
Wonderful sky clock option. Okay, and what about the jumping man next to the zodiac button? We're almost getting to the last few buttons here. Does that change the pace at which the hands are moving?
So right now it's moving pretty slow. And if you wanted to see the different seasons, the jumping man jumps 1 month. So if I do it with it off, I can show you right now. If you watch the date up here, today is January 11th, and I say jump, and it's June 11th. Sorry, July 11th, and I can just go August, September, October, November, December, and in December the sun is way out here at the Tropic of Capricorn, and then if I wait about 10 or 15 seconds, it'll reset. But if you have the time lapse going, it'll stay with whatever date you brought it to. So it reset. But if I go here and I say jump, 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 and then it'll stay out there until I turn the time lapse off.
Where is the reset button?
Just turn off the time lapse and it'll reset by itself.
Well, you didn't. I just see you did something on your screen which caused the little rabbit symbol to move over. What
Right.
did you press?
The rabbit symbol is the time lapse. This is a slow time lapse, and then here is fast time lapse.
Okay.
And if I use the jump button, I just moved it to November, and it'll stay out at November and progress throughout, forward as it's spinning around, and it won't reset until I turn it off. Once I turn off the rabbit button, 10 seconds later or a few seconds later, it reset to today's date.
Okay, great. That was well explained. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, I love the next button. It's so cool to look at it from this perspective. But this is a way to, is it the jet stream that we're viewing from this button?
So this is it shows us different things, winds and some other things. We'll just look at winds. The winds are the best. So you click the little menu icon here, and I like 10 HPA, which I think is 40,000 feet. And then you click the menu button again, so it clears it, and you can see these jet streams. These white and pink are like 200 plus mile an hour winds, maybe even more. And it's great for explaining southern flights. You can zoom in and out. Pretty cool. And you can change altitudes. You can also change to clouds, magnetic flux. Let's try magnetic flux. And can I close that? Oh yeah, hit that. There we go. And whatever, if you're into the magnetics of the world, very interesting. All of it's heading towards that black rock at the center.
Fascinating. Like a toroid.
Yeah, looks just like a toroid. Cool. So there's that.
Okay, moving on. We have 2 more icons left. We have the trophy, which I'm assuming is the leaderboard, and then tell us what the last one is.
So the last one is it's still in development. It's the games icon. The trivia is all set. If I click trivia, it's gonna load, and that's available on Android and Apple. And you can play a trivia game up to 4 people. It's kind of just like the regular trivia game. It's a lot of fun. You can play with your Glober friends or your Flat Earth friends. Either way, it's super fun. And we're adding new questions all the time. And then the memory game, that's not available yet, although a beta version is available on Android. So if you have it on Android, check it out. It's basically the old memory game. You flip over tiles and you have to remember what's on the other side to match them up.
Awesome. Well, did we go through everything? Is there anything else that we need to discuss about this incredible app with all of these new and exciting features?
Yeah, sure, there is. So the last thing that we should go over is the settings. There's lots of different settings. If you have an issue, you can click here. If you can't remember, support@theflatearthpodcast.com. That'll bring you to email, and you can send the details of your issue, and they'll be quick to help you out. This is just a subscribe button. If you're not subscribed, tell a friend, gift to a friend. Now, gifting to a friend is just going to bring you to a video that teaches you how to gift to a friend because it's different on different platforms. This is just a shortcut to the books. Oh, this is the background. So you can say, I want a random background. So you turn that on. And then every time you go to your phone, it'll have a different background. If you notice, my background just changed.
Oh, yeah, that's an awesome feature. I love that. And can you designate what you want your background to be?
You can also go down. So I'm going to turn off random, turn that off. And I could select out of all of these choices what background I want. So if I select that one right there, boom, there's my background. And I'm a fan of the default one, but you can also upload your own photo. Just if you upload your own photo, you want something with contrast because it's hard. You want something that's dark enough where you can see the white type on it.
Gotcha. Good
right?
tip. Good tip.
Yeah.
And then you have the countdown timer. So this is another place where you can set it.
Yep.
And then we already talked about changing the clock format. Go ahead.
Well, this is the clock format. It's either 12/12 or 24 hours. Some people are interested in seeing. Now, I like the 12/12, which means midnight for me is here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, noon. And then 1 p.m., 2 p.m., 3 p.m. So this is still going around once a day, but it's just showing me my AMs and PMs. Or I could say, you know what? I want it in military time. And here it is. It's just military time, which is the real time. So you can have it either way. Some people are like, it has to be the 1 through 24. And the other people are like, I just always forget what 14 or 17 or 18 is. And so I make it easy.
That does make it easy. I'm one of those people that always forgets what 14 is. Like I have to take a second to think about it. So that does make it much easier. What's next?
What's next is we go down to, all right. So before we're showing you the widget switches, we turn those off. This is, you can turn off all sounds and all sounds and notifications from there. This is, now these switches from here down will remove features. Like if you want, you know, I don't want the weather on there. So you turn the weather off and it says, don't show the countdown timer and don't show the archive button. And don't show me the moon phase. And if I go back, I've just cleaned up my desktop and those things are now missing.
Oh, that looks much nicer and more organized.
It is, but I kind of like those things on, so I'm going to turn them back on. And the other thing is you have to manually set daylight savings time. So when it's daylight savings time, you have to turn that on and off yourself because it's different for everybody, depending on where you are. So when you realize your clock has got the wrong time on it, that's because you have to turn on or off daylight savings. I'll turn my moon phase back on. Now, here are all of the features that we went over. And you'll notice that some of these are in a bracket. The ones in a bracket are ones that you can swipe in between, right? These are the ones that we can swipe, right? If I go to, let's say, frequently asked questions, I can swipe to more resources, to books, to shopping, to homeschool, to featured, search, games, and languages. So if you have a small screen and you want to hide some stuff, you can turn all of these off at once. I could turn them off individually like that, or I could say, you know what? Turn all of these off and replace them with this icon, which is just a swipe icon. So I turn that on, they all turn off automatically. And now if we go back to my home screen, I can no longer, there's no more hidden. I just have this swipe icon. I click it, and then I have to swipe between all of those pages. So I just eliminated, I don't know, 9 buttons or 8 buttons, whatever. So it's just a way to, some people on their very small phones only have 2 rows of icons. And so it's just a way to get rid of, clean up some space.
I think that's a great idea.
Yeah.
Is there anything else in the settings at the bottom that we haven't gotten to yet?
Yes, a couple things. So we go down here. A lot of people that are worried about their location data, you can say, I want it to show my location because you need that for some stuff. But I could say turn it off and just pick my time zone myself, so the clock will at least be right. But then the weather won't work. If you don't have show your location on, certain things won't work. But if you want to just turn it off to put you in your right time zone, you can just turn that button on right there. And that is it. That is it in there.
That is an awesome app, Dave. It has come so far, and I bet if 20, 30 years ago anyone told you that you would be creating such a thing, your mind would have been totally blown and you wouldn't have believed it.
Yeah, it's kind of fun, kind of crazy. I'm thinking of adding a find a flat, which is like flat Earth Airbnb. So anybody that wants to list a room or a house or things for rent, places to stay, other flat earthers can easily find them. What do you think about that?
I think that is such a great idea, because I honestly don't want to let anyone who's an idiot into my house. And so that's a great filter.
There you go. That is it. The Flat Earth Sun, Moon, and Zodiac Clock app. FlatEarthDave.com. You can find everything. And many of the things that we're talking about are all at FlatEarthDave.com. When you want to send people, they're like, where do I get the app, or where do I find more information on this, or where can I watch good documentaries? Just send them to my website, and anyone that spends any amount of time there ends up as a flat earther. All right, and coming soon, early this summer, will be open source for de-Googled phones, where you don't have to use the Play Store to get it. And there will be later this summer a website version, and early this summer, going back, is a Mac app for anyone that has a Macintosh computer.
Excellent. So exciting. Looking forward to that. And so thank you everyone for joining us for this update and features video for the summer of 2024. And congratulations, Dave, on the opening of the meetup and the matchmaker.
Thanks, Rose. Thanks for coming.